Hello everybody and welcome back to part 4 of Ducktales Remastered. Who's up for some spelunking? Because today we're going to be going to the African mines.
Find Gyro. Our next stop's Africa and the center of the earth.
What treasure do you think you'll find there, Uncle Scrooge?
Only the largest gem known to history, the giant diamond of the inner earth.
But on the way, something different is going to happen. Yeah, we're not just going immediately to the stage, instead we're going to the sky to meet up with Gyro! Hey! You see, in the original DuckTales, whenever you went back to Duckburg with Launchpad, if your collective money count happened to have the number 7 in its numbers, in the digits, then you would actually go to the sky level, the sky minigame, to get extra money with Gyro. And luckily, with DuckTales Remastered, it comes back, and we can do it here as well. So that's fun.
Hi, lads. This is the place. I can feel all those diamonds singing to me. And it's a right pretty song, too. Gyro, I thought you said this winch was brand new.
It was. It's an unbreakable diamond tether, Mr. McDuck. I made it myself.
So long as you didn't use any of my diamonds to do the job. What's all this hullabaloo? Your lunch break isn't for 2 hours yet.
We heard voices down there, Mr. McDuck. Strange, ghostly voices.
Nonsense. There aren't any the voices down there.
Whoa, whatever you say, Mr. McDuck, but your mine is haunted. You finish digging it.
Oh, you want anything done, you've got to do it yourself. And believe me, if I hear voices down there, I'll give them a good talking to. Now you stay here, boys. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
The rock bottom, Mr. McDuck. This mine shaft goes down for miles.
Scrooge, turn back. What are you doing? We haven't picked up the key yet. Remember? We have to go all the way back to Transylvania to go into one mirror and pick up a key, even though it only takes like maybe 10 seconds of our time. Oh, the gate's gone. I guess Way Forward figured that was kind of pointless and kind of redundant, so, you know. We no longer have to go back to Transylvania to get the key. Thank God.
This old lift won't budge, Uncle Scrooge. Looks like the key's missing. You don't think the ghost ran off with it, do ya?
Look, if I hear one more word about this mine being haunted, I'll start haunting it myself.
And speaking of Transylvania, you know, Scrooge, we just saw mummies and ghosts. Those are a thing in this universe. I imagine the Disney universe is very supernatural and very, bizarre. So ghosts being in the mine shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But either way, folks, yeah, the key, in the original game, you had to pick up a key in Transylvania, and they actually warped you to Transylvania, the same exact stage. But, like, it was so, like, just at the entrance, and it was like a pointless addition where it's like, well, there's no way to get into the mine unless I go to the Transylvania stage, and they always warp you anyway, and it's just, I don't know why they bothered doing that back in 1989, but now the key's just at the right of this pathway.
Hey, you found the key. Did the ghosts have it?
Oh, I'm telling you kids for the last time, there are no ghosts in this mine.
I don't know about that, Uncle Scrooge. Something must have cut the tether line and broke the winch and scared away those workers.
I'll tell you what scared them away. Overactive imaginations. I'm not about to let a bunch of silly superstitions stand between me and the giant diamond of the inner earth. Now, man the controls and lower away, lads!
Alright, considering that the key was to the right and that no one is down here, no one lifted the elevator down there, you know? There shouldn't be anyone in this mine at all. And, Mrs. Beakley!
Why are you here, Mrs. Beakley?
The center of the earth is quite toasty, Mr. McDuck. I wanted to make sure you dressed in layers.
You're worth your weight in gold, Mrs. Beakley. If you'll pardon the expression.
It's nice to see you, but I can take care of myself very well, thank you.
I wanted to make sure you were dressed in layers, so I supplied you with ice cream and a doll of yourself, which happens to be a 1-up for some reason. I don't know why. Although in the original game, that was Mrs. Beakley's location. You know, she was there in the original game, and she did drop like 3 or 4 ice creams down below. She didn't actually hop down; she was just sort of above you. And so yeah, that's accurate. What isn't accurate to the original is that this would have been a shortcut to the boss, but that shortcut is no longer there. So again, it's not a 1-to-1 remake, this game. It's not like 1-to-1 exactly the same level design, but there's a lot of similar, you know, similar structures, similar things. And oh look! Another hidden treasure hidden behind a hidden pathway. Aw yeah! That ring is worth 1 million, and again, if this was easy or normal, that would be an extra heart piece. So, yeah, good for me, good for me. Check every corner, you never know when money might drop out of it. And watch out for the boulders, oh god! Keep moving, Scroogey boy! I'm not gonna lie, the main LP I'm working on right now is Steamboat Chronicles. That's the thing I've been kind of playtesting, taking notes of, so when we get to that, it's going to be really good. But it's a longer game than Ducktales Remastered. I wanted to play, like, short stuff before we got to Steamboat. And the reason I wanted to do Ducktales specifically is because it was announced earlier that the PlayStation Store was going to close and that all of those digital games were going bye-bye. And that counted, like, the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 classics, a lot of digital-only games like Infamous, Festival of Blood, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, DuckTales is on Steam, it is on Xbox 360, and I assume it's still on the Wii U, but I haven't checked the Wii U eShop in a while. But, you know, it was just one of those things where I was like, you know, if you want this for your PlayStation 3, I gotta warn people now. I gotta warn people now that this game is going bye-bye very soon, even though there are physical versions of DuckTales Remastered. There are. It's just, I believe this was one of those games where physical releases were a lot more limited compared to, you know, every other game. So DuckTales might be a little bit harder to find as a physical edition, but, you know. And then I was doing this playthrough, and guess what? Sony reversed their decision. Sony changed their minds, and now the stores are still going to be up. Thank God. How else am I going to play Dino Crisis in 1080p? Dino Crisis is one of those PlayStation games that I want to get to eventually. It's not next, and it's not after Steamboat Chronicles, so you're going to be waiting for it. But I want to get to it eventually, and it's one of those games where the resolution is different from in the pause menu compared to the rest of the game. So, like, you'll be playing the game, you pick up an item, and, like, when you're recording off of, like, an Elgato or something, and it's, like, the resolution changes, it makes the screen go black because they have to switch. They have to switch to the better resolution to make it fit better. And then it's like, you pick up an item, black screen. Okay, go through the menus. Okay, I got that. Going back to the gameplay, black screen. You know, pause the game, black screen. Pick up an item, black screen. And it's like, you can't play Dino Crisis on the original PlayStation 1. I mean, you can, but not if you're trying to record it. Not if you're trying to show it off for YouTube's. But when you get games on PlayStation 2, with the PlayStation 3 store from the classics, you don't have to worry about resolution. I can record Dino Crisis just fine. So, you know, I just want to warn you people that, you know, if you're a Let's Player, if you're a YouTube content creator, if you want to record old retro PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games, or if you want to get some PlayStation 3 digital exclusive games that, like Infamous Festival of Blood, that, you know, might disappear one day, then you might want to get on that and check with your PlayStation stores. I don't know. And I know I'm not talking about this level. This level's really, really fun. There's very little cutscenes compared to the other levels. And, oh, the music. Again, that remix. Jake Kaufman, you're a genius.
Is there no end to this madness? Now, what in the world do you suppose those are?
Out of the way! Oh, my aching tail feathers.
Boys, did I not tell you to stay with Gyro?
Well, we,
Oh, I'm disappointed in you lads. It's dangerous down here.
We just wanted to help Uncle Scrooge. Yeah.
Hush, lads. Did you hear that?
What? Rudy! Those must be the voices that Miner was talking about.
You boys go back the way you came. This is no place for children.
Yes, Uncle Scrooge.
Scrooge, how are they supposed to get back when, like, we just lost the minecart and we just went so far down? You know? Like, even Gyro said we have to go, like, miles down into the Earth's surface, and it's like, how do you expect them to get back on their own? They don't even have an adult helping them. God damn it, Scrooge. Your nephews are gonna die, buried in the core of the Earth. I mean, good lord. So something different about the remaster compared to the original. When you knocked, like, pipes around, like little tin cans, can drums, what am I saying? When you knock drums around, it would actually plow through blocks, and in Remastered it doesn't, so I actually had to knock those blocks individually. I couldn't knock the can into it because it wouldn't go through the blocks, and it definitely does in the original, and I remember that was one of the things that threw me off when I played this remaster, because I'm like, that's not how that worked. I know how it worked, god damn it. Way forward, you failed me. Ugh. But you know, I don't care. Just something worth mentioning. Also, I never really showed it off because I avoided all the plants pretty nicely, but when Scrooge actually gets bitten by one of the plants, it actually, like, grabs Scrooge and he's like, his legs are in its mouth and he's like whacking it with his cane and stuff. I should have purposefully ran into the plant to show that off because that's a fun animation that definitely wasn't in the original, so you know. It's one of those fun things, man. You know, do we animate Scrooge getting mauled by fucking the Little Pet Shop of Horrors? Why not? Why not? We can. It's a remaster. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Anyway, boss time.
You! What's the meaning of all this racket?
Out of the way, stranger. As the king of the Terrafirmians, I forbid anyone to interfere with the great games.
Great games?
Stand back. You'll interfere with the role.
Ooh.
Strange creature, you are disqualified. Yes, you're disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct and roll and crash interference.
Now see here, I own this mine, and I won't be bossed around by an overblown fuzzball. Step aside, I've got work to do.
Oh, so you're the one causing all the ruckus up above. Well, I have heard enough.
The Terrafirmian King. Okay, so you have very few chances to bounce on this guy. Most of the time he's rolling around like Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is what he did in the original game. He always just went in a circle, not like twice or three times. He only did it once. He would immediately uncurl in the middle of the room, and then he would just jump on him, and this fight would be over if we were playing the original, because I'd already have hit him like 5 times by now. But because it's the remaster, he spins around the rock a lot, so you have to jump over him a lot. And he always has this musical instrument that he blows, and one of two things is going to happen. Either a whole bunch of the Terrafirmians are going to come rolling in, and you got to jump on them in order to not get hurt, or a cave-in's going to happen, and a whole bunch of rocks will fall, and you just got to watch for the shadows and dodge appropriately. But I actually almost always take damage when the Terrafirmians come in, because it's really hard. You have to not only bounce on them when they're all bouncing at different heights individually. So, like, I might bounce on one and then run into another who bounces higher than the one I've landed on, so that's awkward. But, like, you have to keep doing that until the whole crew are past, and I don't think you can duck under them. I don't think there's a safe spot you can stand in. So if I come into this boss fight with low health, I actually do get a little bit worried, because this move right here, let's see, I couldn't. I took a hit. I can't do it half the time. I don't know. It's tricky.
I can hold up under your assault no longer, stranger. What is it you wish from us?
Well, for starters, stop these infernal games. You're causing earthquakes, scaring off my workers, and ruining my equipment. It's nigh impossible to mine for diamonds.
Diamonds?
Aye, diamonds. Like this one. though the particular one I'm after is a fair bit bigger.
Oh, you refer to garbage rocks. We have no use for garbage rocks. They're hard and sharp, and you can't roll on them at all.
You don't say. Tell you what, I'll do you a favour and haul away your garbage rocks, free of charge. Just keep the earthquakes to a minimum, all right?
Agreed. I am proud to announce that the Terrafirmians hereby welcome your garbage rock mining operation. Here, you can start by getting rid of this one.
Bless me bagpipes, the giant diamond of the inner earth.
Garbage rocks, huh? I mean, they come in such pretty colors and they're so shiny, you would think that maybe they'd want them for decorum or something. I mean, they look pretty good, but what do I know? I'm not a Terrafirmian, you know? You do you, Terrafirmia. You do you.
Gee, Uncle Scrooge, you mean there weren't any ghosts down there after all?
That's right, Louis. It's as I told you, boys. There's a rational explanation for everything.
Yeah, a whole kingdom of underground creatures who cause earthquakes as part of a game is a completely rational explanation.
Never mind, boys. The point is, we made it back with a giant diamond of the inner earth and gained an entire diamond mine in the process. Now, where to next, lads?
Oh, Scrooge McDuck, oh, you lovable capitalists? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, folks, we have one more level to go, so come back next time. We're going to the most popular level ever. It's still got that music track. That's right. We're heading to the moon!